Hi, and welcome to episode 66 of Two Crafty Stitches. Today is June 21st, 2020. I'm Sandy, also known as Knits and Bits.
And I'm Kelly, also known as Pearly Girl 75.
Happy Father's Day to everybody's out there that's a father, dog father, cat father, person father.
Father figure.
Yeah, father figure. Yep. I am going to be seeing my dad after this and giving him my, that could be one of my new objects that I'll show because it's a personalized object and it was actually very speedy. So
I called my father this morning.
I have not.
Well, I can't just go visit him. So so we talked on the phone because I sent him a thing about one of the restaurants that's doing a buy one get one free combo meal for Father's Day. I was like, you should go get this.
Oh, that's nice.
And then he was like, no, Tijuana Flats is just giving away a free burrito. And I was like, oh, well, there you go then. You don't even have to buy one get one free for that. You can just get it. So
can I tell you how much I miss Tijuana Flats? So much.
I ate at Tijuana Flats about a week ago. So, and I ate at PDQ the other night.
Yeah, they don't have that here. So, oh well. So crafting.
Yes.
We
are a crafting podcast.
Yes.
When we pretend to be.
We're crafting with a little bit of BS in there.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to start with your works in progress?
Sure. Okay. So I have 2 works in progress. I have 3, but one of them's spinning and I haven't done anything on it in a couple of weeks, so I'm not counting that. But I have 2 actual active works in progress. And one of them is knitting and one of them is crochet. What? I know. So, so I'm going to start with the knitting one first. So, and I'm using my bag because I love it, even though I can't get any more of this fabric because Joann Fabrics is like, yeah, we have this fabric, but
okay, hold on, wait.
What?
I think that's part of your finished objects.
No, it was last time. My bag was finished object last time.
Last time is in 3 weeks ago?
Yes.
Okay, I can't remember. So y'all, we tried to record last weekend.
But I had a puppy emergency in the middle of recording.
Yes, so I don't know what was said.
My husband was walking the dog and brought her back limping on her front leg. And yeah.
But she's okay.
She's fine. I mean, she has arthritis in the back hips, but she's fine. I woke up the next morning to take her to the vet because I made an appointment and picked her up, put her down on the floor, and she took off running. So, but I took her in anyway, and she's fine. So anyway, so I have a work in progress that is with one of my yarns that I got at Maryland Sheep and Wool. Like,
is that our yarn?
Yes, because I started my project with it.
You didn't tell me we were starting.
I know, because I figured you had other stuff you were working on, and I needed something to work on because I finished my socks, and I'm at that point where I'm waiting for the next shipment of my sock yarn, which won't come for like another week or 2, probably 2 weeks, because I think it'll ship this coming week, so I won't get it for another 2, it'll be 2 weeks before it gets here. So anyway, so I started it, so haha. So this is the CC's Wool, Maryland Sheep and Wool colorway that was called Dandelions and Daisies. And it's like 500 something yards. And I started the Imagine When shawl because someone in the Maryland Sheep and Wool group was making it. And so I am not original and had to copy them.
And I'm going to copy you.
Yeah. And it is a pattern by Joji Locatelli, who I have never knit any of her patterns before, or like, I mean, I think I've seen some of her patterns. She has a lot of really pretty patterns. Like, I'm sure she's been around forever and has like all these patterns or whatever. Looking on Ravelry, I'm like, oh, look at all these pretty, So anyway, so I purchased her pattern and started it. So I'm in section 2, but like section 1 is like this big. So I'm in section 2. So section 2 sounds like I'm really far along, but section 1 literally was like 12 rows. So
I need to hurry up and catch up.
You did catch up, yes. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing. And I like it. And Yeah, so that's one of my things. And then the other thing is a crochet project so the other day when I was starting that, I was like, what on earth am I going to work on? And I wanted something kind of mindless, because that one is pretty mindless, but I still do have to, like pay attention to what row I'm on so far. And like eventually I think in the pattern there's like wrap and turns, and you have to like do things before and after wrap, whatever. So I was like, you kind of have to pay a little bit more attention to it. It's not like a hitchhiker where you just zoom along or something like that. And so I was like, what am I going to work on? And then I remembered that I had this crocheted granny square. See, Lucy's fine. This crocheted granny square Afghan, like a giant granny square Afghan that I had been working on out of some of the Lion Brand mandala yarn, I think in the Spirit colorway. I don't know. It's the colorway that, Sandy, that you were working on your cardigan with.
It's back there.
Yes. So anyway, so I was going to make this blanket out of it. And so I started it, and I got 2.5 balls of yarn into it, and decided I don't like the way that it's turning out. Because, okay, so when I was making the granny square thing before, and I've done granny squares, I'm not like a prolific crocheter, but I could do granny square. Anyway, so, and I did it from like a tutorial online, which I won't say where it's from, because like the tutorial online told me to just keep going around and around and never to flip it to the other side. So every time I've made a granny square, I just go do, 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 do. And it had like in the clusters, it had like a chain 1 in between the clusters, and it had like chain 3 or whatever on the corners. And it was very loose and very, not like super holy, because obviously it's a granny square, so it's supposed to have like some holes in it and everything. But I mean, it was very loose and floppy. And I'm not saying that I want to have like a blanket that's
it's very flowy.
But yes. Anyway, so I was going around and around. So when I was making a baby blanket several months ago, I was like, wait, I haven't done a granny square thing in a while. And I was looking up crochet videos just to look at baby blanket things. I was like, why don't I just do a giant granny square blanket? And I saw like on YouTube, it popped up like seamless, blah, because the other thing is too, you could see where when you would go around this way, you could see where you would chain, you could always see where you could chain up and go whatever.
Yeah.
So, so there was this video that was on YouTube that was like seamless square, granny square, blah, 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 whatever, for crochet. So I made the baby blanket out of that, and I was much happier with how the fabric came out and how you really couldn't see the seams. And because you were doing like this, flip the project, go whatever. So I ripped out the blanket that I'd been working on that was like 2.5, and the skeins are like the mandalas, they're like 500 something yards. So 500 yards is like apparently the projects I'm working on now, 500 yard skeins. Anyway, so I ripped them all out. Like I ripped the whole thing out, like ball winder, blanket on the floor, pulling, like it was a big production. So anyway, so I restarted it. So I'm not that far along, but I did restart it. So I would have something that I could just like work on in the evenings when I'm not paying attention to anything. So here it is. Like I said, not too much. Not too much is done. But yes, I'm much happier with how it is turning out, because it actually like looks more like a blanket and not, the other one looked very lacy. That was the thing. And there's nothing wrong with lacy, but I think that like having giant, like this one, you don't, it's a YouTube crochet tutorial. You can look it up, like, but, so it's not like a paid thing, but like you don't do a chain in between here, and you only do like 2 chains here. So it like, everything is a little bit more compact, and I like how it looks a lot better. It also kind of like.
What would you search for it on the YouTube?
Like crochet granny square seamless.
Okay.
I don't know. Like those are the words that were in the title. Anyway, so here's the rest of this ball that has been like ripped out and recaked up. And I have like, I have the other 2 that were in the original one. Plus I have a couple of extras of these because I was like, I wanted to make sure I can make it like bed-sized, maybe. We'll see. Eventually I'll get tired of it and I'll be like, meh, throw size will be fine, but whatever. And then what I have left over, I'll just do like a pretty scarf or something with. I don't know. Anyway, so that's my other work in progress that I don't have to think about as much.
See, the cardigan that I was making with that, I don't even know where I'm at on it, because I don't know.
Yeah, I finished.
I'm probably really close. I think I'm like on the hood.
Probably.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I made the cardigan. It was like the campfire crochet cardigan or something. And I made it, I've only worn it once. So
See,
I think I wore it once to work.
I don't know how much I'm going to like it now.
Yeah,
See, we were talking about Lucy being all loud and
I know.
Klaus. So hold
She's
on.
laying right here next to me now. So that's
I'm going to push him outside.
So what are you working on?
Okay. So now that Klaus is gone,
You push the dog out of the room. I'm going to work on my little crochet thing while you're talking.
you should do that. So I have some yarn, and I don't know what the name of it is. I got it from Tuesday Morning, and it's blues, and it's sock yarn, obviously. It was in one big skein, but when I was going through it, because I don't remember why. I think I like started, and then like the very small amount into it, there was a knot, so I just skeined it or caked it up to see how many there were. There were a few, so just making some little socks. Gotten some progress done. They're just going to be little shorties. I'm not going to make really big ones. It makes my foot look really small.
I was going to say, they look like they're child-sized socks.
I
like some little socks, and then you held them up. I was like, they look like they're for a child.
I know that they are really small, and it's with the fish lips heel.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Lips kiss heel, maybe? Is that what that's called?
Maybe.
I've never done it.
Yeah. So it's with that heel. So, yeah. I know, because there's sometimes where I'll make socks and it makes it look like I have the biggest foot ever, and then other ones it's like,
yeah,
I'm a kid. And I have medium-sized feet. They're wide, but
yeah.
I don't know. And it's my standard like little go-to pattern where I just have little ribs on the edge. So it stretches. And then, whoa. I've been doing work on my little sock yarn blanket, but I have been making my Rolags out of the white. So I've spun up a few of these, so I still have a lot more to go though. What?
You're like, I've been working on my sock yarn blanket, so I've been working on these Rolags, and I was like, for your sock yarn?
It's over there. I don't need to show you guys the sock yarn blanket. There's not much. There's like an extra 10 squares, but yeah, all my alpaca.
Your little segue there. I was like, are you okay? Yes.
Yeah. So I still have a lot to go. I only have about half the fiber up here because I've been downstairs picking at it. So getting all the big vegetable matter and any knots in there that I can't get out, any felted bits. And then, I don't know when the last time, how far it was on this. Ah, crap. I think I do this like every time. Every time I pull this out, I like drop stitches.
I think you do.
And you know what's really sad? I have the little, what are they, needle stitch protector things?
Stopper things, I don't know.
Yeah. And apparently I don't ever use them. So hold on.
I thought you were going to say, and they were on, and you pulled them off.
No, they weren't on, unfortunately. So I have my little sweater going. Connected, or I'm you know what, I've done about an inch and a half. There's the little arm. So
Yeah.
And then trying it on, because you know how when you're doing it there's like this big opening because you've seen me knit these before.
I've never knit a sweater, so I don't know.
So you haven't like stitched up the underarms.
Oh, okay.
And so every time I would try it on, my hand would go through the underarm.
Oh.
So I got some of the locking stitch markers and I just faked it till I made it. So we'll see how it turns out. Hopefully I'll get a little bit more time to work on that. So those are my current works in progress. What about finished objects? Do you want me to go and do mine, or do you want to?
Yeah, do yours.
Okay. So I am not prepared apparently. Okay. So y'all remember my highlighter color yarn that I spun up for my sister? Well, I finished the cowl for her. I just need to trim off the ends because I still haven't done it. It didn't get any of the yellow in there though.
Oh, yeah.
So she didn't want it very long. Just long enough to put there or fold it over, or the main thing, after she got off her motorcycle, be able to hide her helmet hair. So when I was showing her, she's like, oh, maybe you can make some like matching like fingerless gloves. So probably just like maybe a little bit up into the fingers a little bit, but just past the wrist, nothing too big. So I should be able to have enough here. We'll see. But I have not cast that on yet because I'm a horrible person. But it's okay because they're moving and they don't have an address right now.
Okay.
So I can't ship anything to them.
Not that you ship things right away anyway.
Nope. Still have your birthday present.
Yeah. From my
Not here.
5 months ago. Okay. That's okay. I have some, sorry, now my dog's going crazy. I have some sock yarn scraps I'm going to send to you, but I'm holding them hostage.
Yay. Yes. I just have to buy more stuff now in the box because it's been so long.
Lucy, stop.
Lucy. So yeah, that's the only thing that I've finished. So
I totally was not trying to just go through the curtains over here.
no, definitely not. Yep. She would never do anything like that.
Now she's barking at whatever it is through the curtains. The curtains we just put up yesterday, so they're new.
So she still has to get used to them.
Anyway.
Yep.
Okay, so
yeah, that's all for me.
That was it for you for finished. So I have some finished sewing that when we were trying to record last week, I was trying to show. That's probably why you got confused on the fabric thing.
Maybe. Okay, can you hear my dog snoring?
No.
Okay, well,
No,
if any of y'all are listening, hear something really odd, it's probably my dog Whiskey snoring like a pig.
So, several weeks ago in our last episode, because I had gotten a new sewing machine.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make some things, and I had talked on the podcast about these sheets that I had gotten many years ago. And I had talked about, like, I'm going to make some pajama pants or some pajama shorts or pajama bottoms out of them and all this. And when I went to pull the fabric out, they were not sheets. They were curtain panels that I think are from like the 40s or the 50s. But that didn't stop me because I made pajamas out of them anyway. So I have that as a finished thing. So here you go. Oh, and they're also like, I was like, oh, they're fairy tales. They're not fairy tales. They're like nursery rhymes. So that makes them even more awesome because they are like, you know, tiny children curtains that are now pajamas for me. Like there's Jack and Jill, you know, there's where'd she go? Oh, Mary. Mary had little lambs over here. Oh yeah.
And there's a lamb.
And the lamb. Yeah, Anyway, so I made those. And then I had ordered some fabric from Joann Fabrics. Joann Fabrics, who everyone apparently has been ordering and buying all of their like cotton type fabrics to make masks. And hey, that's cool. My my coworker went to Joann Fabrics like 2 weeks ago, and she went in looking for quilting fabric because she is a quilter. And she's like, they had 8 skeins, not 8 skeins, they had 8 bolts in the whole store, like 8 in her whole giant, like the one in New Tampa. Anyway, so I ordered some fabric, and one of the fabrics that I ordered was this one because I wanted to make some really cute pajama pants out of it because it's adorable with all the little Disney posters. And they're like, yeah, we have it in stock, and they let me order it. And then like later that day, it's like, just kidding, it's not in stock. We canceled your order. And they did that to me multiple times because it's shown up and 20% off your whole order, including sale prices. And it was on sale. And I was like, let me try and order it again. And later that afternoon, I get the, nope, it's not even in stock, even though it's still showing as of right now in stock on their website. Anyway. So I had ordered some other fabric. So I ordered the Beauty and the Beast stained glass fabric, and I made some pajamas out of that too.
Very romantical.
Yes, very romantical. So those are 2 of my finished things. Oh, and let me just tell you too that I was on eBay and I may have found, and these are actual sheets, not curtains, because I've gotten them in my house. They're upstairs and it's like a flat sheet, and it is vintage 1981 Annie. And I'm going to make myself some Annie pajamas to go with my one of my Annie shirts from when I was in Annie. So there you go. So I can have a whole set. And it's an actual sheet. It's because I pulled it out, and it's like a twin-sized sheet. It is not a curtain.
So you've already bought it?
Yes, it came in like a couple days ago. Already bought it, already washed it. So anyway.
That is hilarious.
Yes. So anyway, so I do have one other finished object that is from it's also like kind of a newish, because I hadn't showed this on the podcast because like in the time that I got it, I think I got it like the day after the last time we recorded, not counting last week, but our last episode from episode 65. I think I got it like a day or 2 after that and then started this. So, you know, I'm in the Vesper sock yarn. I'm just going to read this, the Remix Club, because I mess it up all the time, from Knitterly Things. And this was their May 2020 colorway called Watermelon Tourmaline Remix, and it came with a bright coral mini. You can't really, there you go. Oh, look, you can see it there.
Very nice.
Anyway, and then I'm going to be blurry for a second, but it's okay because I'm going to hold this up. So I finished my socks. And also you may know that when I signed up for this club, I had this idea that I'm going to make a pair of socks out of each of these yarns, and I'm going to do the same pattern. I just like have been varying sometimes where to put the mini, like toes, heels, whatever. But lately I think I've settled on just the heels because I don't like weaving in all the extra ends from doing toes, heels.
I thought everyone was going to be different.
No. So anyway, so this one, I love how these turned out, and I love the colors. And so here they are, because they're nice and bright. They're so pretty. Yes, I'll put this one a little closer. You can see like the hot pink and like the coral. Oh, so pretty. And then this is kind of like 2 colors, but it kind of blends into each other, but I think that looks really cool.
Yeah, one's green and one's blue.
Yes. And so anyway, so I finished those. And then the next shipment should be coming. I think she'll send it out probably. It's around the 26th, I think, that she ships them out to me. So in the next couple of weeks, I'll have the next one, which is why I started that other project, because I didn't have the yarn for the June. Yes. Although I might have also done a little bit of other online shopping this week that has not come in for some yarns. So yes, I actually have a package that I think is coming in tomorrow. And of course, so John's off work this week, and I have like yarn coming in, because Into the World had an update where they updated fiber stuff. Yep. So I purchased a little bit of fiber from them, and I had bought like a month ago, I had ordered from 4 Pearls, wearing their little shirt, but I had ordered from them. They have like, there's a lady who was at, I'm just going to go off on a tangent for a minute. So there's a lady who was at Maryland Sheep and Wool that Kim dyes yarn, and I had bought some of her fiber. And she is now doing like a not sock yarn, just a yarn club through to try and get people to buy things from their local shops. And so the closest one to me that is participating is 4 Pearls. And even though I've never really been to 4 Pearls, but I've been to their yarn truck. So anyway, so she's doing a different yarn every month, and the yarn, I think it's coming tomorrow, but I think it's like a DK weight. And so she does like 2 coordinating colors, and they're like, the month that I ordered, which I think is the June yarn, is based on like fireflies or something. So something like that. Like one of them's like blue and has like a fluorescent yellow color in it. The other's like the fluorescent yellow or something. So I was like, that would be really cool if I could find like a nice little 2-color brioche maybe to do something with.
Oh yeah.
They would, yes. First I have to teach myself 2-color brioche, but that shouldn't be too hard because I can do regular brioche. So anyway, so I just need to find a pattern that would be cool with that. Maybe like a infinity cowl or something. I don't know. Anyway, so yes. And I do have one other new object since we're segueing into new stuff kind of from my finished thing of new stuff too. So Sandy has not gotten hers yet, but Sandy and I ordered shirts from Maryland Sheep and Wool, and mine came in yesterday, and I'm going to show it. I was going to wear it, but I figured Sandy and I could wear ours on the same podcast, and John was like, "Think you can be twins?" And I was like, "I know." Yes, shirt twins. So anyway, so this is the shirt that I ordered. Do you like how I'm all creepy in the corner?
Yes, I do.
And it was like, I think this was like their regular shirt design, but then of course, like because of COVID and all that, they added in the whole apart yet together for their theme that it ended up being on there.
I like it.
And so I have that. And then when I ordered that, I also ordered the little enamel pin that's just their 47th annual pin that's not showing up very well on my screen, but that's okay. It's the same picture that's on the shirt. So.
Yes. So I guess I'll start with my non-knitted object. So this is going for my dad. I don't know, should I wrap it up in something or just like give it to him like this?
Well, I don't even know what it is, but I would think you'd want to like wrap it up or put it in a gift bag or something. Just be like, here's a brown box.
Who really cares?
Wrap it up in some newspaper. Some tissue paper or something.
I have to get newspaper.
Well, then
I'd be creepy and like cut out words on a piece of paper and be all serial killerish. So I got him.
Well, kind of dark there.
A marine yeti.
Happy Father's Day.
Check your mailbox.
We're holding something and you have to pay for it. I don't know. Anyway, if you want this present, you have to give me money.
Ooh, I like that. So on the back, it's all engraved.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I've never had a Yeti because I'm not fancy enough for it.
Yeah. I also have never had a Yeti. I've had an off-brand Walmart version of the Yeti.
The Ozark Trail.
Yes.
I love it. So when I got it, like I opened it up with my sister and we were doing FaceTime and she's like, "Oh my God, did you break it already?" I'm like, "I don't know." So the lid, it was like that. And I'm like, "That's not right." And so I like went like that and I pulled it. I'm like, like, "Oh no, what?" It's a magnet.
Oh.
I know, so I'm like, okay, that's cute.
That's
okay.
Fancy.
I did not break it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes it so much easier to wash than like the Ozark Trail one.
Yeah.
Where you have to like take it apart.
Mm-hmm.
Which explains why it's so much more money. But
which explains why the Ozark Trail ones are like really cheap.
So because I was not, this was like a last minute, hey, let's, I have this here. Why don't I pull it out? I actually got it on Etsy from a place up in Wyoming. It is in Lander. It's Whiskey Mountain 01. And so I'm going to be all awesome here and try and show it to you on my phone if I can. So they don't just do this. They do other ones, like there's some fly fishing ones, which, that's awesome. Anyways. Yeah.
So they personalize them is what you're saying.
Well, they have set designs and then you can personalize it.
Yeah. But I mean, like, so is it like a vinyl type of thing on there?
No, it's engraved.
Or is it etched? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's laser engraved.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to peel.
Okay.
So it's a little bit more. So there's like fishing, um, uh, oh, you can get your monogram. I didn't even look at all these. Here's ones with ducks, a little turtle, some rodeo stuff. Yeah. Stuff about wandering. It's a lot of outdoorsy stuff and military. So, yeah. And I thought it was only going to be one line. So, like in the notes, I said, hey, if you can, underneath his name, so that way it's personalized, put Semper Fi, because he was a Marine, is a Marine. So, yep. And so he was able to do that. And my dad doesn't even know what a Yeti is.
Okay.
Yes. So this all started because my sister bought him some hats, and one of them happened to be like the Yeti hat. And he's like, what's this Yeti? She's like, well, it's, tried to explain it. And he's like, and it's also like Bigfoot in the cold regions.
Yes.
Like, what?
Yeti.
And
like
so
the abominable snowman.
Yes.
The Yeti. Yes.
Yeah. And so she's like, we should get him a Yeti. I'm like, oh, let me see. And so I went through, I'm like, okay, I haven't gotten him anything yet because this came like, her stuff came like 2 weeks ago. He opened it up. So, and they were really quick last week.
I was going to say, that's really quick though, for something that's like, if you did a couple weeks ago.
No, I did it last weekend.
Okay. That's really quick.
And I got it on Thursday. So they're awesome. I just have to say that. There was like no delay. They had it in the mail by like Monday or Tuesday. So yeah. And then my other thing is Paradise Fibers. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna move my keyboard here so I don't start like doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I did open. I was having a rough day and
it's fine.
I said I was gonna try and wait and I didn't. So
I mean, we were gonna do it theoretically last Sunday anyway, and then
I know, and so
it stopped mid-recording. So
I think I waited until like Friday. I'm like, I'm just gonna open this. Okay, so this is the June. I don't know why I have to read that. It's June 2020. So in the box, we'll just go through it all. It has cute, sparkly purple paper. Apparently the sparkles come off though, because when I opened it, I started finding them all over things.
Glitter everywhere.
Well, no, it's not. It's not glitter technically. It's like hologram. Okay. So it always comes with some tea. So it is some organic 3-mint tea. It's peppermint, spearmint, and field mint. What is field mint?
Mint you find in the field. Maybe it's like a wild growing one. I don't know.
Okay, and then, so this whole thing, so it's escape to an enchanted forest where there's whimsical plants that grow and fibers from their stalks are repurposed for textile artists to create smooth, soothing summer garments with it. And so it's all about like being kind, and their whole thing is like the kindness matters down there and all that stuff. So for that, they gave us a little journal. And what does it say? Oh, it just says one kindness notebook. And it does have lined pages. And then they gave us a wooden twig pencil so we can write in our notebook. Because we're in a forest.
Yes.
Let's see. There is approximately 5 grams of Calypso blue or violet Angelina in a treasure box, which I thought that was very cute. And then inside the treasure box is, because I don't want to open up the whole thing, is one handmade fairy dust progress keeper stitch marker.
Oh, that's cute.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What? Why isn't it working?
I don't know, but I can tell what it is.
Yeah, it has like little stars in that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little better.
Oh, it's twinkling now.
Yeah, it's like hold on. Hold on. Is that any better?
No.
It's like trying. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, it's like little stars for the fairy dust.
Okay.
I thought it was adorable. And it was sitting right on top of here. So I was like looking for it at first. I'm like, what the heck? But I got it. And then for the main stuff, there is 2 ounces of, how do I say this? Rainy. It is a bast fiber produced from the pulp of the inner bark of the nettle plant stalk. And so it's just white.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. It has a long staple length. Oh, I'm still going. That's a very long staple length. And then we have 5 ounces of wisteria. It is a multicolored dyed comb top consisting of 50% BFL, 25% fax, yeah, and then 13% rose fiber, and 12% bamboo.
Ooh, that's pretty.
It is.
It looks like it's very shiny.
It has some shiny bits to it.
Yeah, like the bamboo.
Yeah. Just, come on. I can't tell. Is it blurred?
No.
I don't know.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. Smells good. So that's in the purple bag.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what didn't, this is a second month that the little Uwince logo thing did not get in here. The little
I
sheep.
don't know. Are you supposed to have one?
Well, last time and this time it says, we're sorry to inform you that that the sheep logo will not be making a decorative appearance as a sticker in this month's box, as she is currently rock hounding somewhere in Idaho.
Oh.
I forget what they said last time. So I thought this was cute. And then on the back, there's a whole thing about the rainy fiber,
Okay.
which, thank you very much, whoever put this up, showing me how to pronounce it, because I need that all the time. Apparently one of the oldest vegetable fibers and is classified chemically as a cellulose fiber, just as cotton, linen, and rayon are. So, it strengthens when it's wet and can hold shape, reduce wrinkling. It's also a bacteria, mildew, and insect attack resistant.
Wow.
Yeah. And apparently it's also normally blended with other fibers for its unique strength, absorbency, luster, and dye affinity. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. Now we have all learned something today.
Yes. I learned y'all real well. Okay, so that's the only new thing that I guess 2 new things. 1.5, because the other one's not really mine.
No, but
it's just been sitting here. But I have to say, I am very impressed with how quickly Whiskey Mountain did everything.
Yes.
And it wasn't that much more expensive to get it personalized, laser engraved, and all that from just buying a regular Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was talking to somebody and they're like, yeah, that's probably like $50 more. I'm like,
Well,
no.
they probably also buy their Yetis like wholesale.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
how it,
So,
yeah.
but still. Um, let's see. I think that's all that I have for,
Crafting.
yeah, for crafting.
Yes.
I have been requested to make some additional masks and send them along down to your area
Oh, okay.
because,
Because in my area, parts of my area now have mandatory masking,
yes.
but and possibly more parts will starting tomorrow. We'll see.
Yep.
So
And I've already sent one down there, and the person was like, yeah, so is there a way that I can get one or two more? I'll pay you. I'm like, you don't need to pay me. She gave me a TV while I was moving.
oh yeah.
A brand new TV. Still in
So
the
now what are you using? I'm just now we're gonna go into like sewing type stuff. So are you using like a like a what type of pattern are you doing? Are you doing the pleated one or are
That's
you
the
doing
one that I have. I
okay.
haven't done the other one.
Okay, because I did my most recent ones, I did the pattern where you take like a plate and you make a
Yeah.
circle and it's a little more fitted.
I mean, I can like make a few and send them down to her. Will you send me that?
I mean, it's well, it's not even. I mean, it was a YouTube video.
Can you send me the link?
Maybe if I can find it again.
You know, look in your history. Come on
search,
now.
search for.
Killing me.
So, well, it doesn't require, but it asks for you to make it like adult size to use an 11-inch plate. And I do not have 11-inch plates. Mine are all like 10.5 inches. So I had to pull out like a frying pan that happened to be 11 inches. And then I just made a template from it so that it would not be like, on some cardboard. So I would not be like making circles out of my frying pan all the time. Yes.
So I'm assuming these plates have to be circular.
Yes.
My plates are square.
Well, then that would not work for you unless you just do like an 11-inch circle. So.
I mean, that can't be that hard to do an 11-inch circle.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I'm sorry. I just thought about that, how my plates are square.
Yeah. You cut it, you do it, and then you cut it into fourths. And when you sew it together, it makes a more fitted thing. Anyway.
Oh.
We were out and about yesterday wearing our masks. So. As were a lot of other people, because right now it's only city limits, but I think a lot of people don't know what the city limits are, and we were not in the city limits, but we thought we'll just wear a mask just in case, like being responsible citizens or whatever. And like almost everyone had a mask on. I'm like, you all don't know that you were not in the city limits, because I was gonna say, because like if it were the day before,
nobody would be wearing
no one would have had them on. So
yeah, I don't know where the city limits in there. I'm not gonna lie.
It's weird. Like I had to look it up because I was like, are we in the city limits or not? Because our address, is Tampa, but I'm like, are we in the city? But no, it's like this weird shape, and they like also parts of New Tampa are, but like the part where, but not all of New Tampa, and like the part where I am, which is between New Tampa and this actual Tampa, like downtown, is not. So it's weird. I don't know. Anyway,
where I lived before, that was inside the city limits, but my apartment wasn't.
Yeah.
Because the sheriff had to go out to the apartments when we had Tampa police come out to the house.
Yeah.
I don't normally have police come out to the house that often.
I know, you're like, well, we had this sheriff come out here and then the police. Well, okay.
Well, okay.
I know.
Yeah. So when I was in the apartments, we got broken into.
Yes.
The cars and my apartment while we were home.
It was like breaking into stuff. It wasn't like domestic violence or fires.
No, it was getting broken into.
Yeah.
And then when we moved, our car got broken into one time because somebody might have left a lock open, and it was not me. But whatever. So, yep.
Yeah. But anyway, now that we're on our not crafting part. So I finished reading a book. I know that's like a huge accomplishment.
I know.
It's the summer. I don't read in the summer. That's the thing. And I haven't read a whole lot anyway, because I normally read at work, and I haven't been at work. I've been working, but because I'm working summer school, and even before then, but I was working at home. So anyway, so I read the Hunger Games prequel. I finished that. I think last time I was talking about how I started it and I was trying to get through it. Well, I finally got through it. It was like 500 pages. I did not like it. So
it was just not your cup of tea.
No. And then there is a book that I was reading from the library that I had borrowed on my Kindle and was having a really hard time getting through that too. But then I was like, but I really want to know what happens. Like, I was not enjoying reading it, but I was like, but I still want to know what happens to these characters and what the big mystery suspense thing is.
Yeah.
So I now have borrowed it from the library on audiobook because I was like, well, maybe that'll help me get through it, because then I can be doing other stuff while I'm listening to it. You know, because the other thing is too, I think the problem is when I'm home, I want to be like knitting or spinning or sewing, and I can't really like read a book while I'm like on the sewing machine, like, you know, or whatever, or that type of stuff. So I think that audiobooks are what's going to have to do it for me. And so I was able to borrow it on audiobook. So I'm a little further along in it now. So yeah.
And you're not a huge audiobook fan.
I'm not, because normally I can't focus on audiobooks. Well, I mean, I take that back. The problem is, if I am listening to an audiobook in the car, I focus too much on the audiobook and not enough on the road. So I can't listen to audiobooks in the car because I get too into them. But then if I'm like at the gym, like let's say I'm on like the elliptical listening to an audiobook, or like on the rowing machine or something, and here I am on the elliptical and I'm going to reenact this for you. So listening to my, whatever, listening to my story, and I'm going along and blah, 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 whatever. And then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, so after I'm done with the gym, and the story is still going on, and I'm like, oh, I need to go to Publix. I need to pick this up. Oh, I need some more lettuce. Oh, yeah, I'm almost out of milk, blah, 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 whatever. And then all of a sudden, like, something will happen in the story. I'm like, what just happened? And I will have missed like 10 minutes of what happened because I would have just like wandered off into something else. And then I have to like go back and try and figure out where I was, and it's just horrible. But if I have found though that if I listen to an audiobook while I'm like, let's say getting ready in the morning or cooking, then it's like there's enough for me to pay attention to, but I'm not like totally like, let me stop everything and listen to this. Or, I can, as long, I can still be doing something while I'm listening to it. But like if I'm like sitting at my spinning wheel listening to an audiobook, then I'll just totally like start thinking of other stuff. So
really,
mm-hmm.
I mean, I do listen to audiobooks a lot when I'm cooking. I don't have a new audiobook that I've been listening to down there, because I have like my kitchen audiobook and then my non-kitchen audiobooks. Yeah.
Well, and the thing is too, when I borrow the audiobooks from the library using their app, I have to listen to it on my phone. Like I can't, unless I stream it from my phone to like let my Echo or something. But if I listen to it through Audible, I can just like pull it up on my Echo. So yeah.
Yes.
I just tote my phone around with me and while I'm getting ready in the morning or whatever, making breakfast.
I mean, you could like on your phone, just yeah, it's not a big deal. So I don't remember if we went over this last time, but I finished the book Replica by Lauren Oliver on audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
That was my kitchen one. Yeah. And then I think that I'm still listening to Baptism of Fire. I don't know. It's one of the Witcher books. That's my non-kitchen one.
Uh-huh.
So I'm a little bit slow on that because I have been catching up on lots of TV shows.
Yes.
Okay. I am on season 3 of 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, okay. I have only ever watched season 1. I have not finished or started the next seasons, but I'm behind on all my shows, basically.
Apparently, I've been told season 4, I need to get the Kleenex out for.
Oh, okay.
So, and then I started, How to Get Away with Murder?
Yes. Yeah, you were telling me that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Now that it's over, you're like, I think I'll watch it now that the whole thing is done.
well, I mean, that's what I do. That's what I did with Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Waited until the whole thing was done. So
Yeah. I finished Schitt's Creek.
I have not started that.
And I loved it. It took me a couple episodes to get into it. Like the first few episodes, I was like, I watched like 2 episodes and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to finish watching this show. I didn't really like it. But then I remembered like when I was watching Parks and Rec, I had that reaction and I put it aside for like a year. And I was like, well, I don't want to put this aside for a year. Seasons are only like 13 episodes long. And there's only 5 of them on Netflix. So I powered through the next episode and fell in love. And so I watched all 5 seasons that are on Netflix. And then because season 6 just ended, I think in April, and because we have cable, it was available on demand. So I could watch all of season 6 because season 6, I think, is not coming to Netflix until October, but I was able to finish season 6 because that's like the end of the series.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I've watched all of it now.
So it's completely over.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably start it in October or so.
Yeah, when the next season.
Maybe next.
It's like a sitcom, so each episode is only like 20 minutes long, minus commercials. So, and when you go like, 13 of those, that's not bad.
No, no, not at all.
Get through a couple of those. So yeah.
Okay, I have no idea how long I'm going to be making this, so I'm going to be all awkward here and try it on because I was trying so hard to finish this before. But then I got distracted yesterday, and I went grocery shopping. Oh, I took a nap. Very long nap.
Distracted by a nap.
Okay, I still need a little bit more. It's just past like my little ankle bone thing. I don't want them to be that short.
So anyway, but I think that's the only TV show that I have been watching, and I'm done with it. So now I have to find something else. But so I had watched season 1 of the show called Manifest, and season 2 was out, and I never watched season 2, so I think I'm going to do that.
What is that about?
That one is I think it was like an NBC show or something, or it is an NBC show, but it's like these people get on a plane and they fly somewhere, and when they come back, 5 years have passed. And they're trying to figure out what happened, like why 5 years have passed for, like they came back like, they get on the plane to come back home. And in that time that they were on the plane, 5 years on Earth have passed somehow. So, and they have like, some of them have like powers and stuff when they come back. Where they can like, see things and they're trying to change stuff that's happening around them. So.
Okay, so I have a random question for you. Because somebody asked me this. What is your all-time favorite movie or movie series? I know. I'm like, I don't know how to answer that.
What kind of question is that?
Like, but there's so many good ones.
I mean, movie series, I don't know. I mean, I like the Harry Potter movies because I can sit there and watch them, but I also like Star Wars, but I also like Indiana Jones. Like anytime Indiana Jones, Star Wars, or Harry Potter are on like they're doing like a weekend with all the movies, I watch them.
I forgot Indiana Jones.
Do what?
I said I forgot Indiana Jones. I mean, like for like the big series, and it might just be because it's so big. I like the Marvel series, minus the Hulk. I am not a Hulk fan.
I have not seen all of the Marvel movies, so. I've only seen like a couple of them.
Hold on, wait. I thought you had caught up with all of that whole list more.
No, we were going to do the list and then we stopped. Like I watched like 1 or 2 of them and then I stopped because I was in the middle of one of the Ironmans and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. But I've seen like Captain Marvel. I've seen a lot of the more recent ones.
Earlier ones.
Yeah.
I felt the same way.
Yeah, I've only seen of Guardians of the Galaxy. I've only seen the first one. I've seen Black Panther, but Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like falling asleep.
See, okay.
I was like, what on earth? And I love Chris Pratt, and then, and all this, and I was like, oh, this is so cool, blah blah blah. But I was like, it was like it felt very long to me when I was watching.
Did you watch it in the theater?
No, I watched it at home, like on whatever streaming.
Okay, well, also remember I pause midway through movies and pick them up like a day or so later.
Yeah.
So I don't
But
have
like
that
we streamed Black Panther, and I really liked Black Panther.
issue.
And we watched Captain Marvel in the theaters, because anytime there's like a superhero movie that has like a female as the main whatever, I try to, make sure we go see it in the theaters, because I want more like female led movies, especially superhero type movies, because I think that girls need to see like superheroes that are female also,
Yeah.
not just always the guys. So like Wonder Woman, like that came out and we went to go see it in the theater. Like anytime it's like that, we try and go. Or at least John likes superhero movies in general anyway, but like, yeah, like we didn't see, like, of the DC movies, we didn't see any of the recent like Justice League, whatever.
I was gonna say Wonder Woman's DC, right?
Yes. But we made I made a point of going to see Wonder Woman. And like, with Marvel, we saw Captain Marvel in the movie theaters, because I wanted like people to realize, hey, people, there's an audience for this. And you have to show that with like your willingness to like pay to see them.
So I guess here is how many DC movies are there now?
I have no idea.
Is it a lot like Marvel?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
I mean, with that, and then with like the Flash and Arrow and all that.
Yeah.
So, because I love Arrow, I do. But I didn't finish it. I got to a point where it started getting intertwined with something I hadn't watched, and I got really confused, because it went from like season, hey, we're in like town, and the next season started with them on a spaceship. I'm like,
maybe there was like something in between there, like a crossover or something, maybe.
Yeah, there has to be. So I stopped, because I'm like, I'm so confused now. So I think I might have to go through and get the watch list for DC.
Well, I was going to say with DC, it seems to be like, and this could be me totally being wrong because I don't know much about it, but there are movies, there's Wonder Woman, there was like the Batman, there was like Man of Steel, there was like Batman versus Superman, whatever. There's the Justice League. And Aquaman. I think we watched the Justice League. I think that might be one of the ones.
Aquaman.
But so there's those, but there are so many TV shows in the DC universe. There are so many. And John's like, I want to watch like all the DC universe TV shows. And I'm like, well, do you have like all the time in the world? Because like the CW has like 7 of them on their schedule. I don't know how many they have, but I mean, yeah, there was like the Flash, there's Arrow, there's Legends of Tomorrow, there's
and they all intertwine.
Yeah, there's like was it Supergirl?
Yeah.
Batwoman. This season we had, with the first season of Batwoman, there's like so many that I'm like, how can you keep up with all of that? Like, I can't even keep up with like the Marvel movies, and those are like whatever. Yeah.
I'm caught up to those.
Yeah. But anyway, for a single movie, my favorite, I don't
know. So you don't have one series that stands out?
No, because I like multiples. I don't know.
I know, because I'm like.
And even if you were to say like one movie, I don't think I could pick just one.
I'm like, I can give you a list of movies I don't like a lot easier.
I mean, I can give you a list of movies I like, but not like the one movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would be like asking me what's your favorite musical. Like, I have like a list, I don't, I would have to list off, these are all tied for numbers.
I was about to say, yours might be like Annie. I know how much you love Cats.
Annie's in my top 10, but it's not like my number one.
No?
No.
I know,
Stephen Sondheim. Stephen Sondheim, no. Cats is not nowhere on that list. Stephen Sondheim takes over probably the half of my top 10. But any given day, like that could even, I really like this one, or.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm the same with music. Like, who's my favorite band or musician? I don't know. I don't even have like a favorite genre.
Yeah.
It's so all over the place.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
yep. So that, oh, I don't know if you can see it. You can barely see. I do have some spitting right there. It's my white alpaca.
What am I looking at? Oh, way down there. I'm like looking up, and I was like, what am I looking at? Oh, yes.
There.
Yes.
So,
My spinning is down here, but you can't see it because it's under my desk.
when does Tour de Fleece start?
Very soon, even though the Tour de France is not starting right, the Tour de France has been postponed.
Yes, I know. I got a little confused by that.
But they are still doing Tour de Fleece the actual days that the Tour de France would be running, but I'm not sure exactly when.
I think it should be soon, though.
Yeah.
So
I don't normally do it, so I have no idea.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think I signed up this year. I sent a message on Ravelry and I don't think I've gotten a response back.
Yes.
So I think that means I'm
Ravelry, which has refreshed their website.
Yes.
And I haven't really spent, I don't spend much time on Ravelry. I haven't spent much time on Ravelry in a while, and I don't spend much time on it on my computer. Usually I will be like, oh, let me see if there's any notes about this pattern, or let me look up a pattern, or blah, 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 whatever. But I did notice that like their new refresh of it is a lot more mobile friendly.
See, I haven't done it on the mobile yet. Because I just haven't been on there. I saw it on the computer when you told me they refreshed it. Yeah. And that's about it.
Yeah.
So,
but they also now, I think, because of the feedback they've gotten on their refresh, because some people like it and some people don't, because you can't please all people.
Yeah.
Everything that you decide, and that's just fact of life. But I was waiting to see if she was gonna
I was
cooling mat, and I was waiting to see if she was gonna like scratch it, because when she does, it sounds like she's like wicked like a DJ or something, and I call her DJ Lucy at that point because my coworker calls her that, but she did not do that for us. I was like waiting to see if we were gonna hear the scratching of like the record, but no. Anyway, she's gonna plop down in the background. But anyway, so now they've made an option where if you want to, you can toggle back to the old way the website looked, which is very nice that they were doing that, because technically you don't have to do that if you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I still like that we still have a Ravelry.
Yes, especially because we don't pay for it.
I know.
Yeah.
So I am not going to complain.
Right.
I am all sorts of. So with me being so close on these socks, and I'm going to go visit my dad, and I normally take knitting there. Unless I bring my dog, then I normally sit and watch him. I don't know if I want to take this or start a new pair of socks over there.
You should start
the shawl.
Shawl.
You froze there. Yes, the shawl.
The shawl.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, with that being said, it is 12:30. I don't know if he's waiting for me or not.
It is like 1:30, and I am really hungry for my lunch. So.
Yes, and I'm supposed to go and pick him up some lunch.
Yes.
And maybe while I'm out, I'll just get a little gift bag for this.
Maybe something.
Because I'm not even like changing the tape. I'm keeping the tape.
Don't get like a Father's Day gift bag. Get like a nondescript, solid color or something with just a pattern on it. And then if he's like, I don't know, and he doesn't use it, you just take the gift bag home and you use it for something else.
Yeah, he won't use it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then you can take it back and use it for another gift.
I have it in my house.
Yes. It doesn't take up that much space though. Don't you have like a container of gift bags?
No.
Or like a container of wrapping paper?
No. I'm not you. I have some Christmas wrapping paper in the rolls in the closet over there, and that's about it.
I have like a container of wrapping paper, and I have a Rubbermaid container of gift bags that are either I bought new or I am reusing.
I know, because I think I gave you some gift bags when I was moving.
Maybe. You gave me like a gift box. You didn't give me gift bags, you gave me like a white box.
Okay, then I gave somebody else bags. I don't remember. Yeah. It was,
And you gave me your iron.
I did give you, and I bought a new one.
And I have not used your iron. I still am using my iron. I haven't used yours
My iron is awesome.
yet.
My new iron is even better. It costs $9. I go fancy. So,
Anyway, so I guess we will wrap this up by saying that you can find us on social media. We have a Twitter account that's Two Crafty Stitches. Again, the crafty is with a K. And that's where we post things like, hey, we have a new episode. We are also, of course, on YouTube, because that's where you're probably watching us right now, because we're not really anywhere else with our videos. unless the few times when, and you, again, under Two Crafty Stitches, unless you go to our website, which is woefully behind. Someone is very behind in getting on the website. I'll admit it. I'll say it. I say it every 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whenever we record. I say it all
only
the time.
like 3 years behind.
I know. I say it all the time. So, it's there. I mean, I did go, I don't know, about a month ago and post a few of the more recent videos. I just didn't do any notes, but the videos are there. Probably not the most recent one, but from at least a month ago, the video is up there. But anyway, that's twocraftystitches.wordpress.com. And then we also, the social media that we're most active on would be our Instagrams, which we don't have a Two Crafty Stitches Instagram, so don't look for that. But look for our individual Instagrams. And mine is, of course, PearlyGirl75, and Sandy's is
Knits and Bits.
And that is where we share more stuff, I guess.
Did you mention Twitter?
I did admit that one of the first things I said was Twitter.
So, you know about this, but all y'all, my dog now has a Twitter. So you can go out and follow him. I'm starting to put a little bit more stuff on there when I remember, because I'm horrible at it. And he is Klaus the Giant, because he's a giant dog.
Yes.
So go follow him so he can get some free stuff and test out some toys for other dogs.
Yes.
And say, this was good, or this got destroyed within 2 seconds of me just picking it up.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And my dog is now leaving the room, and I went very blurry, and that's okay. We're at the end anyway.
Yes. So thank you everybody for watching, and happy crafting.